Hi, and welcome to the Crit Hit Wild podcast, where we cover all things Marvel Crisis Protocol, and we do a new character every week. This week, we're going to be talking about Domino, and I'm your host, Fred.
I'm Brad.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Memphis.
Hello, everybody, and we have a full house today, first off, and we are joined by Memphis, the our dice wizard himself. Hey,
No.
how is everybody? How is everybody doing? How are you doing today, Memphis?
Doing great. I'm feeling extra lucky today.
Well, that's good to hear.
How did the dice treat you on Thursday, Memphis?
On when?
Thursday.
Oh, on Thursday, I disliked playing against my first opponent, and Brad diced me.
I did not.
Oh my
dice
goodness.
you.
Yes, you did. Don't you dare. I remember the 6 crits on, like, X23 or something.
One dice
So
roll is not a dicing.
Once! It was more than once!
Well, we can discuss that when we get to the games that we played recently. But it just goes to show you that even the dice wizard can sometimes not roll well. How are you doing today, Brandon? It's been a little while since I've talked to you.
Doing pretty well. Enjoying the weather a little bit today. Got out and about, so.
It is a nice day today. Enjoy it while it lasts. It is supposed to get nasty again, and it is supposed to get down. I think on Wednesday, the high is 77 or something, and the low is going to be 35. I can't believe it. There's another cold front rolling through before the end of the winter. Anyway, how are you doing today, Steven?
I'm doing fine. I got a lot of stuff done today, so
Yeah, I'm glad.
Just doing chores. So
Okay. You're doing better than me. How are you doing, Brad?
Doing great. I did not do very much today, unlike everyone
no-
else.
I did not either. I did nothing today. Oh my goodness. Well, let's move right along. Let's discuss some AMG news that we found out about over the past week. So during Gamma, AMG released some images for 2 new upcoming products. They are doing a full, I guess it's not a full, but an affiliation pack with. Do you remember how many characters it is? It's either 8 or 10.
10.
10 in the Asgard box.
10 Asgardians and a number of Guardians of the Galaxy.
10.
And sorry, what was that, Brad?
10.
Okay, 10. Yeah, and there is one piece of information that neither one of those boxes have, and that piece of information is a Beta Ray Bill. So Brad and I were joking on the way back from the most recent tournament, and we were saying they're never going to actually nerf Beta Ray Bill again. Like, he's never catching any sort of change. They're just going to stop printing him. And that seems to be the case. They're just not printing him anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's up, but one would think that he would be in one of those 2 boxes. He is probably one of the best models in the game, and those are his 2 affiliations. So I think they're just never printing him again. What do you guys think about these products, though? Instead of getting hung up on Beta Ray Bill, what do you guys think about this product? I'm going to start with Steven. What do you think about these 2 boxes?
great for new players, not so great for older players who have all these models.
Yeah. Memphis, you recently bought most of the Guardians of the Galaxy, so this is just a frustrating box for them to put out right now, isn't it?
Yeah, for Guardians, definitely. I literally bought every single model for Guardians, except Beta Ray Bill, of course. And then they came out with this new box, and it's like, well, why did I even bother? Although,
you didn't know it was going to happen. And this box isn't going to come out for another couple months, in all likelihood. So, but yeah, It's just unfortunate timing on that front. What do you think about this, Brad? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I pretty much had the same thought Steven did. Like, this is great box for new players. This is $100. You get 10 characters. You get full roster. Everything you need to play. Great. It is definitely targeted towards people starting the game or that just want to get into these factions and never have.
I should say these are the type of box that also come with like measuring widgets. It comes with dice. It comes with some tactics cards, but it doesn't come with like all of them, obviously. But do you know if these come with crisis cards?
It does. So I bought the X-Men one, and Steven, you bought the Spider Foes one, right?
Yeah, I bought both of them actually. So because I was
Okay.
trying to finish out my Brotherhood and start a little bit of X-Men love for you.
Okay. So it comes with, I believe, 5 of each. So you can literally open this box, put together models, and show up at a tournament.
Well, if you are interested in starting this game and you are for some reason listening to this podcast, you should pick this up because this is a good. I would say every single one of their starter boxes is an excellent deal. Maybe an above average deal in gaming. Just in general. Brandon, what are your thoughts on these two boxes?
Yeah, I mean, these are some of the best products they make. I mean, the easiest way to get someone in the game is telling them that they only have to spend X amount of money and they can get everything that they want to play the game. That's impressive. The Guardians release is just really weird. Like they just released those Guardians boxes. This release doesn't make any sense to me for it to be Guardians. The Asgard box does. I think it's a really good box because the Thor Loki Mighty Thor box was out or in SIF. That box was sold out for a while. So it's another opportunity. If you wanted that box and you didn't get it, and you really wanted to get into Asgard, then now this box coming out gives you that opportunity. Plus, you can get 6 other models. Um, so
Yeah, but it's the same problem because they just re-released Enchantress, Angela, the first Loki, and Hela in a box.
yeah, well, they're not all in this one. This one is the 4 that I mentioned: Heimdall,
Oh,
Scourge,
Heimdall, Scourge, Enchantress, and Angela, right?
yeah, and
Well, the Spider Foes box was a
the
tragedy
new
because
box,
because
Valkyrie, the new Valkyrie, and the new um,
Warriors
Warriors
3.
3. That's also in this starter as well.
yeah, well, like I said, the Spider Foes box was a tragedy. So was the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just like it.
The timing isn't making a ton of sense.
Yeah,
That's really what it comes down to because it's giving people a feel bad and for certain things. But I think the Asgard's a little bit better. But yeah, the Guardians one, and yeah, you're right. Like the Spider Foes didn't feel great, but I mean they're still great. Like it's still a really good selling point for people getting into it. It is now it's becoming a lot bigger packaging for stores to carry. Um, and a lot of gaming stores don't have a ton of extra space, so it's going to be kind of tough to keep a bunch of these like more bulkier packages on shelves, I think. But that's a different concern for a different thought process.
Did these boxes have any terrain, or were
No.
they terrain free? Okay, okay. So that still means that the starter box, the one that comes um I forget what the official name of it is, but the
Earth's
big one,
Mightiest Heroes.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes is still probably the best deal in gaming. But if you are interested in these affiliations, you should pick these up because this is an awesome deal for you to get. All right. Let's move on to upcoming events. So, coming up in the very near future, on March the 14th, there is a tournament at Missing Falls Brewery in Akron, Ohio. This is the Akron Brew Brawl Spring Edition, and 4 out of 5 of the people who are on this call are going to be in attendance. So, yeah, we are mostly coming, and we are gonna clean house. That's right, we're gonna win all these games. I'm almost certain. Right?
You all can't win all the games.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because I mean, Brad's gonna beat you, Fred. I'm gonna beat you. Memphis is gonna beat you.
I mean, you're
Oh,
probably
no,
right.
no, not that last one.
Wouldn't go that far.
I think that the last time Memphis and I actually played a game, he beat me. Just to be clear.
Oh,
I
Fred,
I
what
think
are you
that
doing?
happened.
Fred, just
And
say I
just-
diced you. Just say I diced you. That's all you need to do.
No, I'm just a bad player.
And for good measure, I'm just gonna say there will be a Brandon that beats you too.
You're probably right. Yeah. So, but that's coming up in the very near future. I think that it is close. Like, I think I may be wrong, but I think that if you have not bought into the event by now, you are not going to make it.
When we are recording this, that is not true, Fred. But when they hear it, it is.
Okay, there you go. Yep. So, I hope you're signed up. That's what I'll say. Then coming up on March the 21st, the next Saturday, there's going to be a tournament at Lost Legion Games and Comics. I'm expecting the turnout to be very low, but you never know. Who knows?
Fred.
Some people may show up. It is 7 days after the probably one of the biggest events that we're all going to attend.
So, be optimistic.
I will be there, and I am planning to be there, and I'm planning to have a lot of fun. That's what I'll say.
Cool, because you're not signed up.
Oh crap! I'll do that soon. Remind me when we're done with the call. I guess the only thing, yeah, that's too far away. All right, that's all that I know of right now, as far as upcoming events, and I think that we should start talking about games that we have played recently. Brandon, I'm going to throw it to you first. Do you have any games that you've played recently that you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. I was going to open it up to anything that you want to talk about, like game-wise.
No, I've taken on a couple extra things at work, so I've just been rather busy with that, unfortunately. I haven't got to play a game in a couple weeks of really anything, so...
I'm sorry to hear that, and we all miss you. I can say that probably with some degree of certain. I'm speaking for everybody, but we would love to see you back. Love to see you back. Steven, do you have any games that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I actually got together yesterday with Mary up in Columbia, South Carolina. She's practicing for Adepticon, so I decided to be her sparring partner, and she's practicing Kingpin, Daredevil, Criminals. And we saddled up and we did a 20 point, which was Scrolls and Infinity Formula. She did Kingpin. Of course, Kingpin's really, really good on those non-pay to flips. So there wasn't anything really of note in the game because it was just kind of like a standard Kingpin game, trying to get them off the points while, trying to get extracts off of people. And my MODOK list didn't quite do that so well. So one interesting thing I have Prowler on my list now is Justified Tom last week, and he actually did pretty good for himself. So the next game was very interesting because she said, well, I want to try a Daredevil list, but maybe a Kingpin scenario. And I said, okay, we'll do that. So we ended up on Senators and Intrusions. And she goes, I know Kingpin can be good on this, but there's only 3, and it seems fighty, so she wanted to do Shadowlands Daredevil, and that's what we did. Needless to say, I think she made the right choice. It's just that we had, it was just a bloodbath. That's all it was. She had taken, I didn't do the list for the first game because, like I said, it was Kingpin. It was pretty standard stuff, running she running Black Cat. She tried Abomination and Spectacular Spider-Man, and I kind of forget that game because it was just going through the motions. Like I said, she ended up winning that game 17-11, but we had a barn burner for the second game. So I was playing Electro and Mysterio because I like those two models on intrusions, because when somebody pops through it, Electro and Mysterio get to do their shenanigans, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
MODOK was in the list. I also put Mephisto in the list, and I'm trying to think of who my last character was. Well, it'll come to me in just a moment. So, no, it was Hood. It was Hood. Okay. And she was running Hood also with Shadowlands Daredevil. She did the Wrecking Crew, which I had suggested that she put in Shadowlands Daredevil because they can be very, very good. She was running also Abomination, and her last character, I'm failing to remember that one also, so please forgive me.
That's all right. That's all right.
But needless to say, Taskmaster, excuse me. Needless to say, I mean, I lost MODOK, I lost Electro, but Mephisto got left alone, and he did his beam at 9 dice each, and he took out Shadowlands, Taskmaster, and Hood all in one go. It was pretty brutal. And
Man.
Then he picked on Abomination. She lost everything except for Shadowlands, and needless to say, that game ended up like 10-9. It was just, things were just, the Senators were just hitting the ground. Nobody was picking them up, and we just fought a lot. So, but it was a learning experience for her. So, made a couple more suggestions, and we'll see how it goes from there.
How are you liking MODOK with Mephisto?
Oh my gosh! Like I said, MODOK, it's just sneaky good. And
I think it's really good. Like it is a little bit of it's not guaranteed, but it's a little bit of, it's better dice fixing than just a reroll.
For example, in the first game, the one thing that was astounding that happened was that MODOK went into Abomination with an energy attack, and he rolled his 5 dice, right? He got 4 successes, but I had a wild, and I had 2 criticals. So I rolled the 2 criticals, and they didn't come up. I think they came up like a blank and a shield, but I had the Wrecking Crew right next to me who had 2 power. So MODOK can pull power from somebody to reroll dice. So I rerolled those 2, and then using MODOK's ability, because he was contesting an objective, he then turned that one other blank into a hit, and so 7 damage goes into Abomination. And he reduces by 1, but he only saved 1, so that's 5 off of him right there. And that's what I'm trying. Like, I've got Black Cat in my list instead of Bullseye now. She's got a Pierce, so you get that wild, you get that Pierce, you're going to get another hit. Same thing with Prowler. And then Mephisto, he does the Incinerate, but he gets an extra hit if he gets the Incinerate, so on and so forth. A lot of my models in here, let's say Wrecking Crew, right, on their basic attack. Let's say they hit crits and wilds in that attack, but I don't get the hit. Well, then I can turn something to a hit to effectively get their stun off also. I mean, it's just these little synergies that are picked up. So by running certain models with the MODOK character.
Yeah, I think that people are sleeping on MODOK. I think he's pretty. I mean, the Shadowlands Daredevil's leadership is just so good, though. That's the problem. And it's in the same affiliation.
I run Abomination with MODOK too, because he has a wild, and then he has a wild hit trigger. Well, if I get the wild, I'm going to hit both anyway now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Yep. Okay, well, I'm going to throw it over to Memphis. Memphis, why don't you tell us about the games that you've played recently?
Uh, the game that I played on Thursday, the first one, have we mentioned him on the podcast before? The person I played?
Noah.
Yeah.
He is a person who started playing a while ago, and then he left. Uh, he stopped playing for a little bit just because he was busy doing other things, and he started playing again recently. And he's a good player, and he kind of was the person dicing us before you came into the scene, Memphis.
I
So
learned that the hard way.
tell
He
us about this game.
he was playing Guardians. He was not playing Beta Ray Bill, funnily enough, because it broke right before our game and nobody had glue at the store. So he played Guardians. It was not under Adam Warlock's leadership, as I don't think he has Adam Warlock yet, as far as I know. So it was under Peter Quill, aka Star Lord. And that game was close. I think the final score ended up being like 16-18 from what I remember.
That is close. That's pretty close.
He won though. I did get diced a few times, but overall I did just mess up on some plays. The
Go
other thing
ahead.
that did not help is the entire time we were playing the secure wrong. We were only getting 1 point instead of two.
Oh, was this wedding party or
I believe
Mayor
it was
Fist?
wedding. I think it was wedding party.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That's a 2-pointer. You get two each one you secure.
Yeah, we did not realize that until the very last turn, and I think it was when I believe was it Brad or Brandon that pointed that out. Which one of you was it?
I think it was me.
I was not interfering in that game because it was a mess.
Fair. Yeah, it was a fun game though, and I think Noah also had a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, that's all that mattered.
Uh, agree. And did you play a second game? You kind of brought it up earlier.
I did against Brad, and I'll let Brad talk about that game.
Well, Fred,
Okay.
you talk
Well,
about your first game then, Fred.
yeah. All right. So my first game, I guess the only game that I played, was I was playing Inhumans, obviously, and Brad was playing X Force. So we drew our crises, and I'm relatively certain that Brad won the thing because we were using my secures. And I do you remember what our extract was? I don't fully remember what it was.
I don't remember.
It was Terrigen canisters. It was because all my
yeah, everyone
there were
was slow.
times when my people were slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were on lockdown as the secure. And in the past, I have not enjoyed lockdown. I think that Inhumans are perfectly fine on lockdown. It is not a bad choice for me. It's just you have to remember that you can contest it within range 2 instead of range 1. That's the thing you've got to remember. And you've got to hope that the one that gets switched off isn't always the one on your side. But you just got to stay mobile. That's all you got to do on that one. But I was playing Maximus the Mad. I had oh boy, Medusa and Shang-Chi, who is the new 4th threat that's in my roster instead of Killmonger, and Crystal and Gorgon. This game played out as you would expect it to. We started slapping each other pretty bad. X-Force can hit pretty hard, but so can Inhumans. I think Medusa got caught out pretty early by being shot by, Cable. I think she got shot off the table pretty early by Cable, but I had some good things happening on other fronts. Shang-Chi was an absolute beast, as is usually the case. I mean, Shang-Chi is he's a little overclocked. I think, as a character. Uh, and he felt amazing on the table. The one problem with Shang-Chi is he is the only model I have currently in the roster that after you do the leadership reroll, there's no other reroll I do. And it feels like I kept reaching for dice and I kept being like, oh, I don't have any more rerolls. This sucks. I'm stuck with what I've rolled first time. But yeah, this game was coming down to the wire. We were pretty close, but Brad had a little bit of a lead on the crisis. He had a few more victory points than I did, and there was one card that Brad played, which was a card that he has wanted to play for a while, and that is Jonathan the Wolverine, because Brad was playing with Honey Badger, and Jonathan was deployed range 2 away from one of the back crises. And I forgot he was there entirely for the whole game because the crisis he was on was switched off for most of the game. Well, in the last round, we were coming down to the end of the round, and I was thinking, if I can get another round out of this, which I should, I could come back. I could be able to swing this back in my favor, and he was going to be at 15 victory points, and I was going to be at something like 12. I don't remember the exact number, but he was going to be at 15, and I was at 12. And Brad looked at the board state and was like, okay, I win. And I stopped and I looked and I was like, what are you talking about? You only get 2. And I didn't factor in that Jonathan the damn Wolverine is up there collecting one of the secures, and I lose the game because of freaking Jonathan. Brad, do you have anything to add?
I just want to say what my list was, and everyone can determine on their own that my list was dog shit, and I still beat Fred. So I had
true.
Cable X-23, Honey Badger, Sabretooth, who died really early, and Black Swan because I've been reading Hickman Avengers.
In my defense, Black Swan carried herself perfectly fine this game. She did
fine.
Well. Cable and X-23 rule, and both are great.
Yes.
And then Sabretooth did absolutely nothing.
He was
and Honey
so
Badger.
Bad.
Yeah, Sabretooth was an active debuff on your team. And Honey Badger was better than expected.
Won me the game.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. She won you the game.
No, hold on. Let's make it clear here. Honey Badger did not win you the game. Jonathan won you the game.
You can't play the Jonathan token unless you have her. So it's at least
That is
partially
true.
her.
But you gotta give more credit to Jonathan. He put in a lot of work.
He did. Not as much
but that
work
was
as
the
my
only game
second
that.
game.
Yeah, that was the only game that I played. Brad, why don't you tell us about your second game?
So I played Memphis, and I was playing X-Force, and he played Midnight Suns. Is that what you were playing?
Yeah, I played Midnight.
Okay. He played Blade and some other people.
I
Go ahead.
think it was Blade, Man-Thing. I remember it was Blade and Man-Thing. Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
Did I have Iron Fist? I don't remember. I think I did.
Yes, you had Iron
I think
Fist.
I think that was it. I only had 4 models.
I had...
No, I had Encanto. Encanto was the last one, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you did have Encanto. I had Cable, X-23, Honey Badger, because that's what I'm doing right now. And then... Other people. Not Venom, who's in the list. I don't think I played Echo. Probably Black Swan.
Yeah, you did play Black Swan.
I have no idea who the other model was. Sabretooth again, maybe? I don't know.
No, you didn't have Sabretooth in your list.
I don't know.
Like,
Anyway,
I mean, not on the table, but...
I dropped... It was lockdown again. So I dropped Jonathan range 2 away from my secure. Um, I had X23 there to like get the point. On the other side was Cable. On turn 1, I forgot to activate Cable, but we caught it at the end of the round because I had teleported him up with Cat and Mouse, so he wasn't on the start line, so I forgot about him. But luckily that paid.
You also you
Yep.
forgot to activate him because you were so used to not activating him after our game.
Maybe he did not get to activate at least
Two
two
turns.
turns.
Yeah,
in
because
the game with Fred.
I would stagger him and then dim mock him with
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Oh, excuse me. It worked out because then I got to body slide and double tap Blade and daze him on turn 1 from right at range 5. He was so far away. And then Memphis made mistake number 1 of the game of start of 2, charging Blade, not actually charging, but charging Blade at Cable. So I killed a Blade really early in this game. Took away his leadership. The on the other side, Memphis moved Werewolf by Night up to my point, but not far enough to take care of Jonathan. But that didn't matter because Jonathan counts as injured. And I end up moving my people to his side of the board to get away from the werewolf, and the werewolf didn't do as much this game. Oh, Black Cat stole the scenario from Cable on turn 2 and tried to escape, and Archangel hunted her down and got her. Probably not till turn 3. And then
That was your other character.
That was the other character, is Archangel. He also did a charge attack place attack at the end of the game to put his still healthy form on a point and score me that point at the end of the game. I made it. I said something out earlier that Jonathan did more in this game, but that's not true. I don't think he actually scored me any points. Honey Badger, however, in one activation, KO'd one model and dazed the other.
She did.
It was awesome. She was MVP of this game, big time.
That is a crazy statement.
I'm trying to remember which 2 models it was. I think one of them was Man-Thing. It might have been Man-Thing and Mummy.
It was. She KO'd Mummy and...
Oh my god.
And
she did damage to Mummy?
Yeah. X23 had dazed him the turn before, and then there was like 2 damage on him already, and she finished him off, and then also got Man-Thing. I think. Maybe Man-Thing was the one with damage, and she just completely just one-shotted.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an awesome activation. Cable just sat on a point all game and shot people he was close enough to shoot.
Yeah, and that's what Cable does, and he does it so well.
He does
that's
it
his
very,
job.
very well.
I
hate Man-Thing. Can I say that? I hate
Yeah.
him. He sucks. Not as much as Shang-Chi. Not as much as Shang-Chi, but he sucks.
Okay. I take it that you won this game, Brad?
I did win this game. I don't remember the score. I don't remember how close it was or anything.
It was a pretty big difference from what I remember.
I don't remember at all.
Okay. I know that you had one more game that do you want to talk about it, or
Yeah,
do you want to just
yeah.
move on? Okay.
Yesterday I played Michael. He was trying out Web Warriors for the first time because he really likes the new card leadership. So that's what he played. Um, and he played very wide. Spectacular, Black Cat, Noir, Wong.
I'm not going to be able to help you.
Two
I
more
remember.
models.
Yeah, it was a lot of models.
That were 3 points. Ghost Spider was one of them, and the other one I may think of later. And I played X Force again. I played Cable, X-23 Honey Badger, Echo, and a 4-point model. Oh, I played Venom because I knew it was playing into spiders. Michael is very good at placement and playing the scenario, so he was often pulling my people off of points. It was really annoying. Oh, he played Zemo. That was his last model. And but I was killing him pretty fast. So like Venom got spectacular. Cable managed to get Black Cat. It wasn't till turn 3. She stole from him turn 2. He got her turn 3, picked up the point. And then had that point for a while. She eventually stole it again. I left Jonathan. It was a D. I left Jonathan on my home D, and on turn 2, and Michael lost several activations this game, like single actions, getting rid of Jonathan because he was really annoying. Like at one point, Noir moved. Michael thought real hard about whether he wanted to actually attack Cable or not. Decided not to, and then moved him to get rid of Jonathan, even though Noir was still healthy. Black Cat ran away from Cable, got rid of Jonathan, and then Cable chased her down. He ran away from Venom, just completely to the other side of the board. Played Ghost Spider very, very well. She was very impactful for the game. Wong kept giving her power, and then early in the game, and then late in the game kept healing Spider-Man Noir, so he ended the game healthy.
Yeah.
On the last turn, I dazed Ghost Spider, and I killed the rest of his team. Everyone else was dead. X-23 was still healthy. Honey Badger was still healthy. Not that it mattered. He never wanted to attack Honey Badger because then X-23 got to move. And he never wanted to attack X-23 because he didn't want to give her power and let Honey Badger move. And so they just got to live the whole time, no problem. Venom sat on 1 damage the whole game because he ran away, and Venom's slow. So I did get to do some cool stuff with Venom early in the game. Love Echo. She's great. She's the one that finished off Zemo eventually. And I'm one of the last activations of the game. I was very, very proud of. I had put down Jonathan 3 times already in this game because the game went really long.
Oh my god.
Yeah, already put him down 3 times. And on the last turn of the game, I double move her to his D that's empty, and I look at Michael. I say she can't contest this point, but Jonathan can, and put Jonathan down for a fourth time. I did not need that point to win the game, but it's my
It was a
favorite.
moral victory.
Yeah,
wound?
it's my favorite point I scored.
So here's the question. After these games that you've played, you putting Honey Badger in a list?
If I while I'm playing X Force, I'm going to have her. I think it's fine. I think Sabretooth's coming out. I'm gonna put someone else in that spot, and I don't know. Maybe really, I don't know if Black Swan needs to be in there. She's been good though. I've liked her.
I like her too. She's a good 4-threat model. It's just I think there are better options. And
Carnage.
Carnage maybe a better option.
Carnage would be interesting. It's just really hard to pick. Oh, Archangel probably should be a different 4-threat too, but I bought him. I've got literally 2 of him. I need to put him on the table some just to have fun with. That's also why Sabretooth's there. I just wanted to play people I don't normally play. But Wolverine, Psylocke, and Colossus are all in faction and are great. Like, those are I should be playing 2 of those 3.
Yeah. You should have Psylocke on the table. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Honey Badger with Mystique and Brotherhood?
That's interesting. I don't know I don't know that any scenario would warrant that.
I think my theory was on bees. You can put a token on both home bees and then fight on their side. And there's a lot more bees now, and even like the closer bees, and you could kind of try to like screen block in front of your bees to where they couldn't contest.
That's not a bad idea. It's probably
That
worth
is
trying.
a good idea.
It's probably worth trying.
I have good ideas sometimes, guys.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should play more.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw this over to Memphis. Hey, Memphis, you're pretty new to playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. I think you started playing this year, or not this year, but in the past 1 year span. What are your thoughts so far, being a new player in this game?
Being new to MCP compared to some other like miniature games that I've picked up, it's a lot easier to learn. It doesn't take nearly as long. And I think what I like about it more than any other game besides the ease of access getting into it is like we talked about earlier with the new boxes coming out, just the ease to pick up a new list and just start playing it. Like my first list was kind of Avengers, also kind of a Cabal, just because I started with the core set. And then I was able to branch out pretty quickly. Brandon introduced me to Midnight Suns, and I kind of fell in love with that. And the reason I got into the game was to play Deadpool more than anything, because he's my favorite character in comics. And then I found out that he does have an official mini, but unfortunately he is not currently available. Almost to the same extent as Beta Ray Bill. He's just unfindable in the box that he comes in with Bob, Agent of Hydra. So I picked up X-Force probably a couple months later. In terms of getting into the game, it is a lot easier than every other mini game I've played. And like you guys said, the core box is probably the best deal that miniature gaming has right now. Like, the ability to just pick up a box and have everything you need to play a game is amazing, including the terrain. That's the biggest thing, is the terrain for me. Which I still haven't actually built yet, funnily enough. And I'm probably never going to. That's a lie, I'll build it someday. But
I'll say this, I am not one to judge, because I think that after having had that box for multiple years, I ended up giving my unbuilt terrain to Brad.
Brad, is this true?
Yes, and some of it is built and put in the collection for tournaments, and some of it is not quite yet.
Oh, fair enough. But another big thing about MCP that I really like, the community has been very accepting, I feel like, of new players, at least from my experience. Every time we go to a tournament, it's always a lot of fun. A lot of people are just laughing. It's kind of jokes. It's some people are taking it serious, and that's okay. That's the point of a tournament. But even when they are taking it serious, like at the last tournament that we did, I played against, is his name Chase, I believe?
Chance.
Chance. It's Chance.
Chance, that's what it is.
He's
Sorry.
almost certainly listening to this right now too.
Sorry, Chance, if you're listening. I did forget your name and I do apologize. Even whenever I played against Chance, who placed very high in the tournament, he was very friendly whenever I played him. He was very accepting when I made mistakes. And it's a very good community, I feel like, that is built up to get into as a newer player. It makes it a lot easier. Um, in terms of what I dislike about the game, I the only thing that I would complain about is trying to learn what every model does. And it's not even really a complaint, it's just something that's going to take a long time where there's so many models to like learn and figure out what their tech is.
Well, this
and
this
stuff
game
like
came
that.
out before you were born, so
No, it did come out before I was born, according to Brad. I don't remember what the context of that joke was. I did not
the
know
context
that this game
is
came out
that there is a
2019.
vast difference between your age and our age.
yes.
That is true. Um. Oh, one thing that I do really like about MCP, speaking of the age difference, I feel like everybody can kind of find a spot here as long as they like Marvel. Whether you're like an avid comic reader, you can find some pretty, actually surprisingly niche characters to play and kind of pick up. Or if you just like the movies like Infinity War Endgame, you can find every character in this game, it feels like. Are there some characters that should obviously be in the game? Absolutely. Fantastic
I can
Four.
I was about to say I can think of 4 of them.
I hope that we maybe get them someday, but probably not. Um, but also the fact that you can pick any number of characters and just play them together is amazing. Like it was Tom who won the tournament doing a fully unaffiliated
No.
list.
Don.
Don, sorry, I'm very bad with names. He's also probably listening.
As is Tom, another person who plays.
Oh no. But I think the ability to have such kind of a loose rule set around building your list and how you want to do it and allowing that kind of freedom and creativity with it, it can lead to a lot of cool things. And I think that it's not something that you see in very many miniature games. But
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, obviously, I love the game. We're doing a podcast that we've done. Oh God, are we at episode 200?
Not
Or
yet.
are we like really?
We're close.
Okay, you gotta remind me before we get there. We're gonna have to at least say something. But we've done almost 200 episodes of a podcast about this, so yeah, this game is a special game. It's and I think part of it is also we have a special community. Like, Memphis, you are a good addition to this community, and I think that everyone who plays you likes you. That's part of the social aspect of this game. Part of what makes it so good is that it's self-selecting for cool people. That's a great aspect.
You cannot convince me that Brandon likes Memphis.
that's true. His silence speaks volumes right now. But yeah, like at other tournaments for like miniature games that I've gone to, there's always been at least like one person that I've noticed and I've been like, that might be somebody that I need to look out for. I've never had that in MCP. It's always just felt friendly, it's felt like a good time. And like I said, when you go to tournaments, there is a little bit of like people are trying, but it doesn't feel like it's smothering, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like you're absolutely required to try your hardest and sweat.
It absolutely does make sense. I've never tried in a tournament in my life.
Fred.
That is a lie, obviously. That is
I was
obviously a lie.
I was waiting for somebody else to say something.
But I mean, you will run into someone every once in a while who gives like who you're gonna rub have some friction with, but that's fine. I mean, I don't think there's anyone currently in our general meta who's actively like unlikable.
I can only think of one, and it's Brandon.
Silence, crickets. He may
You
be away.
deserve everything that I do to you.
That's true. I can't deny that part.
For those listening at home that don't understand, Brandon is Memphis's father.
No,
That is not true.
it's not true at all.
Metaphorically.
My mic cut out. I didn't hear what Brad said.
Uh-oh.
I said that
Oh,
you're
well,
Memphis's
you'll find out
father.
when you listen.
Oh,
I ruined it.
I would. To be fair, if he doesn't listen to his father like he doesn't listen to me, oh my gosh. If I didn't listen to my dad, like Memphis just refuses to listen to anybody. Oh boy.
That part's not true.
Just
Did
know
you
that
see
I grew up in a different era. Belt to ass.
Brandon, you are younger than me.
To be fair, we grew up in a different era than Memphis.
That is true.
That is true.
And hilariously, if you put us all in a lineup, Memphis may look the oldest.
No, not true. Not true.
Memphis.
It is.
Memphis.
I was about to say very quietly it is, but you beat me to it. Y'all will see at the tournament if you are at Akron Brew Brawl. Brandon is not lying.
I would
Brad will
also
be there.
say that I do actively look. Me and Fred probably actively look the youngest.
It's true. You two do actively look the youngest.
Why, that is the kindest thing that anyone has ever said to me.
I say kind
And
stuff to you
completely.
all the time, Fred.
all right. Let's move along. Let's talk about the person that we are here to talk about today. That person being Domino, otherwise known as Nina Thurman. Her stats: she is 3-3-3 defensively. She has 5 stamina on both sides of her card. She is a medium mover. She is a size 2. She is a 3 threat model, and she has a bunch of affiliations. She is affiliated with A-Force, Uncanny X-Men, Weapon X, and X-Force. She's also on a small base. All right. Boy, how am I going to break this one up correctly? Hey, Brad, why don't you do the first 2 of her attacks?
Her first attack is physical, automatic pistols, range 3, 4 dice, cost 0, gain a power. Hit rapid fire, make this attack again. It does not have the rapid fire trigger. Has to be against the same target. Her second attack is energy, grenade bounce, range 4, 4 dice, cost 1. Ignore line of sight, and the defender does not get cover. Automatically give incinerate after the attack is resolved. And wild explosive before damage. Other enemies within range 2 of the target character suffer 1 damage.
Okay, hey, Brandon, why don't you do that last attack that she has?
It's an energy attack, lucky shot. It's range 3, 6 dice for 3 power. The target character does not gain power for damage dealt by this attack, and it has a wild stun trigger. After the attack is resolved, the target character would gain the stun special condition.
Okay, Steven, why don't you do her reactive superpower?
Yes, it is called probability manipulation, and it has a power cost of X after this character rolls attack, defense, or dodge dice. But before resolve critical step, it may spend any amount of power to use this superpower. For each power spent, choose one failed result to treat as a critical result for the remainder of the attack.
And Memphis, why don't you read that last superpower that's on her card?
Yep, so her last superpower is a passive, which is things tend to go my way. When this character is attacking or defending, enemy characters do not roll additional dice for crit results in their attack or defense rolls.
Okay. And that's it. That's it. That is all of the card of Domino. What do you guys think about this? I'm going to throw it to Memphis first. Memphis, what are your first thoughts here about Domino?
Um, as a newer player, Domino seems really good, mainly just because of the no exploding crits on either attacks or defense, which is insane. Probability manipulation is really good if you get skulls. I did hear somebody at the last tournament actually talking about throwing her into a Guardians of the Galaxy list with Adam Warlock, and I didn't think about that, but it would be interesting on how you could store a skull and then just bring it out randomly with her and then automatically flip it to a crit. I believe
that the timing doesn't work for that.
that might have been why that conversation wasn't that long then. Automatic pistols seems really good, especially with rapid fire, and grenade bounce seems decent. I feel like I rarely see anybody use Lucky Shot, but I'm unsure.
It could not. It could just not be on her card.
Yeah.
Right.
I find that when I've played against her, she is grenade bouncing far more frequently than using. I don't think I've ever had Lucky Shot fired at me. I could be wrong, but I think it's grenade bounce or nothing, or the rapid fire.
Or the rapid fire.
Yeah, no, I feel like I only see the first two attacks.
Well, I would contend that that Lucky Shot looks very, very good to go into my Mephisto deny power list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It does deny your opponent power. That is a cool little aspect of it.
And it puts stun out on a wild. So
That is true. Steven, what are your thoughts overall about this card?
I understand why she doesn't see play, and that is because we have so many characters in the game now at the top tier levels that have action compression. So unless there's something to help her with that for her movement, I think her attacks are fine. She just doesn't see a lot of play unless she's like a favorite character or somebody's doing the theme of like, I am running Cable, therefore I must run Domino.
Yeah.
Hard disagree.
Well, Brad, what do you think here?
Domino gets played, depending on leader and Uncanny X-Men, all the time in X-Force and all the time in Weapon X. Not that Weapon X is any good, but especially X-Force, she is played a ton. She can't move. She's a turret. She's gonna sit there, but she's a good turret. She is being left behind as the game becomes more deadly. Her defensive tech isn't quite keeping her in the game as long. I suspect her and X-23 to get the 6/6 health.
X-23 does not need a buff. I know that you're probably right. She may get one. I don't think she needs it. She's still great.
They don't want their 3 threats to be one shot, and
Yeah.
X-23 especially does, and then healing factor does not matter if she's just one shot. So I think that they will both get the health buff like Black Widow and Hawkeye got, but that she doesn't have it now. She's still pretty good. Like giving out Incinerate at range 4 and the rapid fire attack with her changing skulls to crits and them not exploding crits gets a lot of work done. She very reliably does 1 to 2 damage per shot and gets reliably 4 shots. So she puts damage out, and she survives longer than other 5/5 3 defense people because of the no explode crits. just not
I should
quite as
also
long
say,
as she should.
yeah, yeah. Actually, Brandon, what are your thoughts here on Domino?
Uh, I mean, she definitely sees play in the affiliation that she's a part of. Um, I'm not sure. I kind of see Fred's point. I do think that they are gradually tuning all of the three threats to have like six health. Um, it originally felt like to me they were doing it to characters they didn't plan on making another version of. Um, but I don't know. Then Black Widow happened, so nothing makes sense. Um, I don't think this character really needs much of anything. She's been a nuisance for the entirety of her existence. Um, not like, and it's not even that she's like a nuisance on offense. Like she always has power because of the rapid fire and being able to grenade bounce and just put incinerate on everything is just frustrating. And then you have to go out of your way, and then you have to hope that you don't like get all crits or get a bunch of crits because they're not going to count. Like she's still a new nuisance. I don't know if she. I mean, I'm with you, Fred. I don't know if she necessarily needs to be changed. I honestly could see the 6 health on X-23 before I could see it on Domino because X-23 doesn't really have any defensive tech.
She has a reroll.
I
Yeah,
want to
besides the
clarify.
reroll.
I was saying Domino probably should get the like. I think that X-23 is the one that doesn't need it, but I see Brad's point also. Um, yeah, I think it should be stated that being able to put out Incinerate at range 4 for 1 power automatically without any trigger is an incredible ability. Like that's an amazing thing to be able to do at range 4.
As
You
someone who has played her a lot, her beginning of the game play pattern sucks because as every character starts in this game, she has 1 power. And you kind of want her to start building power. So it's like you could pick up something. She's pretty good at holding an extract, but then you've got no power. You could throw a grenade and, put out Incinerate early in the game. That's a pretty good start. You have no power now. Starting to turn 2, she starts building it, but late in the game when she's got plenty of power to turn skulls into crits, she's wonderful. But she takes a while to get going. I haven't played her in this new environment because I've been playing Honey Badger and X-23. So it seems like the games being shorter are probably a detriment to her. Because she takes so long to get into her sweet spot. But I don't know for sure. I haven't got to play her recently.
Okay. Are there any tactics cards that we should talk about here? She does not have any that are directly associated with her, but yeah, Brad, I'm gonna ask you, is there anything that we should talk about here that is
The
like?
the only thing that
What
comes,
about Pretty Sneaky Sis?
I mean, that's
You never
that's
use
an
it for her.
X-Force
You-
card.
Yeah, and you use it on Cable. Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
you
I don't
can
know.
use it on multiple people. Anyone who pays.
Right. Yeah, but she does not start with 2 power and Cable's missing.
Oh, you're thinking playing it turn 1.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you're right. Like you can hold on to it and
Yeah.
play it later.
Uh,
Hey, you've played a lot of X-Force. How many times have you held on to it and played it later?
I usually played it turn 2 when I've played it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wouldn't question Brad on this. He's been playing the game since before I was born.
Yeah. There is one interesting interaction that Domino has with a tactics card.
Okay.
Recalibration Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
She can't re-roll skulls. So the skulls you turned into crits are still counting as crits afterwards.
Okay.
So
Okay, that is interesting.
that is a
We
neat.
could.
Yeah, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Memphis.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying that's a cool interaction.
I was gonna say Recal is kind of her card because in the original art it is showing her rolling dice.
It does, doesn't it?
That's not the original, but you know what, Memphis? I'll give you a slide on that one.
It's his original one.
He wasn't
No.
alive when the original one was printed.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wasn't around yet. You can't blame me.
I didn't make that version, Fred. That was actually AMG. Oh, his original, Memphis's original version. Oh,
Yeah,
I got it.
Memphis's original version.
Memphis's original version. Yeah. Sorry. You were referring to the cards I make for the tournaments. Come to my qualifiers and you get cool cards that I made. If the company will still let me make them.
Have they given any rumblings that that's a possibility that you can't?
I tried to make a custom card set for one Memphis and they denied it.
No, they will still
Oh.
let Brad make custom cards. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed.
They just specifically said there was a court thing that said cease and desist making cards for Memphis specifically.
Yeah, it must have been.
Essentially. I actually wanted to go back to what Steven said earlier about Domino. What does action compression mean? Because you said that she doesn't have any, and I was wondering what that meant.
What he means is something like charge, where you get to take a move and an attack without spending 2 actions.
Oh, okay.
Or
Like some way to move the model that's not specifically like I have to take an action to move to this location.
Okay.
like Adam Warlock's place. You played him recently.
Yeah.
That is a little bit of action compression because he can move and still do 2 things.
Yeah, like what Cable has, where he can
Yes.
body slide by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least 2. Okay. That makes more sense.
Like everyone in Midnight Suns.
Well, it is
Have a
the
little bit of-
leadership.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be fair, I watched Memphis play 2 games of Midnight Suns, and I don't think he bumped a single time.
That's not true.
He
I
bumped,
bumped once.
he bumped in our game, I think.
Oh, I bumped twice then.
All right. We have got to give a letter grade to Domino. Okay, so part of my feelings on Domino is colored by the fact that I have played against her a lot with Brad. Brad has played her quite a bit, and I have been pretty badly hit by this character. So I have seen what she can do on the table. That being said, I do feel like she is maybe a little bit under the curve or on the curve when it comes to 3-threat models. I don't think you take this model out of her affiliation. I don't think you take this model in a couple of the affiliations that she is in. You do take her in X-Force. You probably do take her in X-Men. But
Weapon
I
X.
like a Weapon X.
She's great
yeah,
in Weapon
okay.
X.
Sure. I'll take your word for it. And but otherwise I feel like she is a middle of the road 3 at a time when middle of the road 3s are having a lot of trouble hitting the table. I think she does see play in X-Force, but yeah. I sound like I'm down on her. She is very good. Her grenade bounce is great. Her you not being able to explode crits is great. I'm going to give her a B. I'm going to give her a B, a straight B. Memphis. Actually, Brandon, what are you going to give to Domino?
I'm going to give to Domino whatever Brad gives to Domino.
Unwilling to take a stand on your own? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I don't. I think Brad's gonna say A-. So, I'm gonna go with B plus because I do think in 3 of her affiliations she is a staple, but I don't see any reason to take her outside of those affiliations.
Steven, what are you going to give to Domino?
B minus. Lack of tactics cards hurts her. So
Yeah.
a lot of characters that grade higher than her have a tactics card that brings them up quite a bit.
That is absolutely true. Memphis, what letter grade are you going to give to Domino?
I'm gonna say a B. Simply because, like everybody else has said, I think she does her job in her affiliation. She does good. Like Brad said, she's a really good turret. I think she also just, anytime that there's a character with energy defense, she can put in a lot of work for them with grenade bounce and giving them that incinerate just off rip, especially at range 4. Same with like Cable. If you take her and Cable into Midnight Suns, it is a slaughter. It is bad.
Yeah. And Brad, what are you going to give to her?
Her
The
not
person
ha-
who's played her the most.
her not having tactics cards is a feature, not a bug. Um, she's in 2 factions that have a lot of good in faction cards, and you don't have to worry about how am I going to take the Domino card. I'm just going to take the really good faction cards. I appreciate that about her. She's just put her in your list. She does good work. Love that. As is B. If she ever gets to 6/6 health, she can shoot up to an A minus, like Brandon thought I was gonna give her.
Okay. And that's our take on Domino. Brad, do you have any any comic books to recommend that feature Domino?
I have 2 comic books and something else to recommend. First is X Force, Volume 1, the original X Force, by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. And Domino's first appearance is in this, and once she appears, she's in the book like every issue. The early art by Rob Liefeld is divisive. Some people like it, some people hate it. I think the book gets a lot better once he leaves. And she is keeping a big secret from the team, and that's eventually revealed and puts a complete spin on everything, all of her appearances so far. The book is decent, and it's very 90s. So if you like 90s comic books, you'll probably love this. Second, I've got the 2018 Domino series and Domino Hot Shots, which is a miniseries that came out shortly after. This is by Gail Simone and David Baldion. And this is a really good Domino solo series where they give her a supporting cast. It's really good. Cannot recommend this highly enough. It's in my top of comics of all time, which is crazy because it's about Domino, a character a lot of people don't even know exists. And
I think her popularity is soared with Deadpool 2, I think, where she was featured in that technically.
right, yes, and that actually was a pretty good version of Domino. So
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Years after this run, a novel came out called Domino Strays by Tristan Palmgren, and this novel takes place during that Gail Simone Domino run. And Domino infiltrates a cult to save brainwashed twins. And during that, we get flashbacks to her childhood and then a confrontation she has with her past. This book dives deep into her backstory and really gives you an understanding for what made Domino the way she is and who she is. and it's a really good book. So, like, the only problem with this book is it is out of print. Um, the publisher lost their contract with Marvel, and so you gotta buy it used. And these books were good, so like yesterday, I bought two of these books that I haven't read. I bought the Squirrel Girl one and the Silver Sable one, Steven. And I paid $30 each for a $15 paperback book. So just warning, if you go out and try to find this one, you might actually pay more than retail because they're really hard to find. But it's good.
Okay.
It's really good.
What is the fact that that you bought the Silver Sable book? What you wanted to discuss with Steven?
No. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Fred.
Steven tried to remind you in the chat.
Oh, I can't see that right now. So Steven, Silver Sable is knocking boots with her new, I don't want to say boyfriend because it's really just a physical thing. Do you know who it is? Have you heard?
So she's moved on from Nightcrawler, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't kept up with Comics Press, so I do not know who it is.
Wolverine.
What?
Really?
In the Wolverine solo series, they like teamed up to protect some mutants, and in the most recent issue, they fucked. If we're gonna just say it how it is.
Oh man, she's getting around more than some of the other ladies in Marvel.
Yeah.
Right. Well, good for her. Moving on to
I don't know. I've seen Wolverine's depiction in comics. I don't know if it's really all that good for
her. All right, moving on to my non sequitur recommendation. So, Domino was played by Zazie Beetz in the Deadpool movies. I think only in Deadpool 2. I'm not sure.
She's only in Deadpool 2.
Okay. There is a show that is coming out in this month. A show that she will be a voice actor on. And it is a show that I have already recommended in the past. And I'm going to do a little bit of a pre-recommendation because I think it's going to be a good season for Invincible Season 4. It's coming out later this month, or the first episode, I should say. And yeah, I am excited.
Who's she
I'm
playing,
actually
Fred?
very.
Do you know?
She plays Annette. Amber is who she plays.
Oh, she's been in the show. Okay.
Yeah, she's been in the show for a while.
Yeah. I thought she was playing a new character. That was
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she was Amber, and so she's been in the show from the beginning. And yeah, I think I have almost certainly recommended this show in the past, but I'm just putting it in everybody's ears that it's coming back, and I'm excited.
I love this show.
And that'll do. Yeah, it's a great show. That'll do it for us today on Crit Hit Wild. I want to give a special thanks to Memphis for joining us. Thank you, Memphis. Thanks to Brandon. It's always good to have Brandon on the show. I always enjoy when you come by. And thank you, Steven. And thank you, Brad. And goodbye, everybody. I hope you all have excellent games.